Alright, so today what I'm going to do is just give y'all a little sneak peek, or I won't even say sneak peek, behind the scenes look of how I go about of putting a normal picture, or it can even be a portrait of a person on a clear white backdrop like these ones right over here. So I'm about to put these upload these pictures to my website, and as you can see on this one, I took a picture of it up against the wall, or I had a backdrop and it's on the easel and everything. And what I want to do is remove this easel over here and just make sure that it looks like it's floating just on a white backdrop. You know, when you go to a website or see something, you know, it's just fresh and clear. So you can see I already done a couple with these. If I go ahead and press the viewer button, you can see how it looked before I added all that. So it's real quick, it's real easy, not nothing too complicated. If you have Pro Tools, or excuse me, not Pro Tools, if you have Photoshop, then what you would want to do over here is I like to start out and create a new wall. And what we're going to do is add a solid color to our workflow, and just pick the color. You know, I want the solid white, so I'm gonna go ahead and go to white, press OK. And then what you never really want to do is work on the actual picture. And now you can see, since this is above the original picture, if I hit the viewfinder, you know, it covers it up. You can see it now. But you never want to actually do any editing on the picture, especially like I said, if it's a JPEG or something like that, because with those you lose like value in the content. The more that you add on it, the more that you edit it, the more you export it and upload it into someone else, it begins to lose the pixel value, and it just looks less crisp each edit that you add onto it. So what we're going to do is either right click and duplicate layer, or there's also a shortcut, Control J, I believe. Make sure you're hovering over it. Yep, Control J, Command J on the MacBook, and I'm gonna go ahead and move this one above the solid white filler that we just added. Then the next thing I'm going to do is come over here to where there's the selection tool, and I'm gonna right click on it to bring up all the options. So there's the magic wand, the quick selection tool, and the object selection tool. With these pictures, I've already done three. They've been giving me a lot of trouble, I'm not gonna lie, both for the selection tool. So the object one's been working the best. So what you want to do is I'm gonna go ahead and pick a corner here and go down and drag. And if you're paying attention real quick, you can see and tell that it's not dragging evenly around the corners, or where I'm lining it up, I'm matching it up. If you look at the top right corner right now, it's a lot further away from the frame than the other one. But as soon as I let go, the computer kind of does its little thing on its own, and then boom, there you go. It figures out with its IT computer brain what I believe wants to be highlighted. Now, if you go up and look over here, I really honestly don't want this part done, and there's a couple different ways that you could get rid of it. You should be able to press Alt, and when you press Alt, what that does is allows you to draw another box around this one right here and edit that off. And you can see now I don't have that, it's just right down here. And I should have made it a little bit wider. So what I'm about to do is actually edit, undo that, and then hold down Alt again, then drag it over this whole black part of the easel that I don't want, and boom, there you go, it's taken away. Now, to see what you've actually highlighted, or what you selected, is what we're going to do is what's called masking. And what that is, you've highlighted this area right here, saying that you want to keep this area. And then once we hit the mask button, this area is going to be staying the same with the picture, what we have highlighted, and what's underneath is the color fill. Everything outside of that box is going to fill everything else out. So if you hit Q on the keyboard, you can see that the red is basically going to show what's being masked out, and when you press what's going to be filled in. So all the red is going to be filled in with this color fill white once we mask it. So before you do all of that, you just want to hit that and make sure that you have a clear view of that you outlined everything that you wanted correctly. I'm going to go ahead and hit Q again and just bring it back to the normal view. Come down here to the mask button and add this mask layer right here. And then boom, once I added the mask layer, you see that the white background filled and it's left with the picture that we painted. It looks real nice, but I'm a little bit of a perfectionist, so if I go ahead and zoom in, you see this part right here, you can still see kind of the outline of the easel, and I really don't like that. I want to get that away, and it's an easy way to do that as well. We go over here to our patch tool. A patch tool is something that I use often when I'm going to do pictures that have been, when I'm restoring pictures that have bad quality, and or it's so many different things you can use the patch tool. I just personally used it a lot for restoring, but you can duplicate layers, you can do so much stuff. So what we're going to do here is draw this line around the area that you don't want. And this is this easel area right here. I don't want this at all. So draw a line around it. It highlights it. So what we're going to do is take this content and we're going to drag it outside to the other white. And what that does is it copies that area, whatever area that you dragging onto, it highlights that and copies it in just to make it a little bit clearer. Say if I moved it here, it should bring out all of this other information, but because it's masked, it does not. So what we're going to do is just pull it to the white, let go, then bam, it's copied this little white area and mimic that area to this one and covered up where that outline of that easel was. And I'm going to go ahead and just zoom back out real quick, and boom, there you have it. Compared to my other ones, very easy, real simple to do. Create a solid color, mask it out, or create a solid color, use the selection tool to define which part you want to keep out, hit the mask button, and then boom, that's what you got. You can do this with portraits of people as well. I don't have no pictures of people that I really want to do this with right now, but I might do some photo shoots this weekend and come back on just to show y'all how that works. But it's pretty much the same thing. So yeah, there you go. If you need to go ahead and remove the backdrop, and you can change a bunch of different colors, whichever color you want, you can go ahead and get you Photoshop, and real easy and simple to do. Thanks for watching the video. Hope you enjoy.